Trick or treat? It's time to go and try some new spooky Disneyland Paris treats. Hi everyone, how's life and welcome back to another one of my videos. So yes, as you can see, Halloween has arrived here in Disneyland Paris, and with it comes lots of new tasty new treats which I'm really excited to try. We've got some really fun looking ones this year, so hopefully they're going to taste good. Let's go and try them. What a beautiful day here in Disneyland Paris. Look at the skies, the beautiful castle, the Halloween decorations, and we're actually going to start off with the Market House Deli, because for the Halloween season they've brought out two new brookies, both priced at €5.50. One of them is called the Queen's Spell Brookie. The other one is the Bewitchless Brookie. And as you can see, you've got the Evil Queen, either as the Evil Queen or as the Old Hag on it. You can see both of them over here. This is the Old Hag. The top one is the Evil Queen. And I think the only difference is that one of them has some vanilla mousse in it, one of them doesn't. But we are, of course, going to try both of them. So let's go and pay. So I've got my two brookies. This one's officially a chocolate and praline hazelnuts brookie. And then the Old Hag, which is officially called the Bewitchlicious Brookie. Fun name. This one's a chocolate and hazelnut brookie with vanilla mousse. And as you can see, they do actually look a little bit different from the top. This one's got some orangey bits on it. This one's got some more praline. Without further ado though, let's give them a go. I'm not sure which one to take first. I think, quite messy. But I think I'm going to go with the Old Hag first, and let me know in the comments down below, who do you prefer between the Old Hag and the Evil Queen? Obviously they're both the same person, but do you prefer the Evil Queen when she turns into the Old Hag, or do you prefer her as the Evil Queen? Anyway, before it gets any more messy, I'm going to give it a bite. That's lovely. The brookie itself is nice and moist. It's very similar actually to the brookies that they had for the music festival season. They had a couple of Chip and Dale ones. I reviewed those as well in a separate video. So yeah, it tastes very similar. Very chocolatey, hazelnutty. You've got that vanilla mousse in there as well. I'm going to keep going though. You can see the vanilla mousse in there. This is actually really nice, because what I found with the chocolate brookie last time, I preferred the pistachio one. The chocolate one was a little bit too rich and not flavorful enough, whereas this, with the added bonus of the vanilla inside, makes it a lot more flavorful in my opinion. Let's quickly try the chocolate on top though, the Old Hag I'm about to eat here. It's good, just white chocolate. Now there's barely anything left of the Old Hag. I wish it was this easy to get rid of Disney villains. Anyway, with the Old Hag gone, it's now time to also eat the Evil Queen version of her. I presume this is going to taste very similar, just without the vanilla mousse, but here's another closer look at it before I take my first bite. Let's go. Yeah, this is more of your standard Disneyland Paris treats. They do a lot of chocolate mousses, hazelnut mousses. It's still very good, but I would say the Old Hag version of the brookie was a little bit more interesting, if you will.
A few moments later.
Actually, I take it back, because I've just taken a couple of more bites, and firstly, there's some vanilla in there as well, and with the added bonus of the actual hazelnuts on top of this brookie, and the chocolate hazelnut mousse in Disneyland Paris just generally being very good, I think I might prefer this one. What a twist. I wouldn't have thought that initially, but this one genuinely tastes really good. Let's see if the Evil Queen herself tastes good though. Still just white chocolate. Do you know what? I've actually come to a conclusion. I don't think I can pick a favorite between the Old Hag and the Evil Queen. They're both really good. So if I had to rate them, and I'm going to have a rating system out of 10, if I had to rate these both out of 10, I would probably give both of them an 8 out of 10. They're not phenomenal, but they are really tasty and quite Instagrammable as well. So 8 out of 10 I think is a pretty good score, and I would say just go with whichever one looks more exciting to you, because they're both really good. For our next snack, I have come to Fantasyland at the Old Mill, where they have two new snacks for this Halloween season. The first one is called Mickey's Fantastic Cookie, and it's basically a biscuit with icing priced at €5.50. And then the other one is the Cursed Crunch, also €5.50, and this one says chocolate hazelnut flavor filled biscuits plural, so we'll see how many they give us. I'm not generally the biggest fan of sablés or biscuits here in Disneyland Paris, but those two snacks at least look very cool, especially the Mickey one, so hopefully it's going to be worth this rather long queue here for the Old Mill. Now, whilst past me waiting that long queue, I'm happy to say that I've partnered up with Wild for this video, and if for whatever reason you've never heard of me talk about Wild before, Wild makes natural, refillable personal care that actually work and smells really good as well. It's also vegan and cruelty-free, and the subscription service they offer is very flexible, so you can pause or cancel it whenever you wish to. I made a switch to Wild about 3 or 4 years ago at this point, when I was starting to go to the theme parks more often, because I needed something that would not only work, especially for the long hours in the park, but also the fact that it's sustainable and has such cute design for its cases makes it even better. I mean, look at this cute new case that they've released for the Halloween season. I love the purple color. I love all the cute cat ghosts on it. They have also released a couple of other new cases this month, so we've got this one as well. This is called the Skulls and Roses, and then another one of my favorites is this one, the cat eye case. How cute is this? If you love Halloween, if you love spooky cases, cases, then these would be perfect for you. But I tend to prefer the more cute side of Halloween. So for me, this is my favorite. And one thing I love about Wild is that they are constantly releasing new cases, and they already have so many options on their website. And you can also have these cases engraved, personalized if you would like to, which makes them really good presents. And because this video is all about snacks, I'm really excited to show you the new scent that they've released this month, which is in collaboration with Swizzles, the largest British-owned sugar confectionery company in the UK. They're famous for nostalgic sweets like Love Hearts, for instance, and this particular scent is raspberry flavored. And it is so, so beautiful. And in case you've never used Wild before, I wanted to quickly show you how easy it is to put your scent into your case. So you firstly take this off. You also take the lid of your case off. Over here, I'm using this really cute one. You remove the bottom half of the case, just like that. And that's exactly where your scent goes. Nice and simple. Then you put the case back on, like that. Switch the bottom bit for the deodorant to come out, and there you go. You've got it. I cannot wait to use this in the parks next time. And if you would like to make the switch to Wild, then I'm really excited to let you know that I've got a 20% discount code for you. The discount code is SAMAR. You can see it on screen. You can also scan this code right here and it will take you direct to the website with the discount code already applied. Now, this is for a limited time only. It's the perfect time to make use of this 20% off all Wild products on their website. They have so many cute cases, so many incredible scents. Like I said, they're all made of natural products, so they cater for sensitive skin types as well. And if you do purchase anything from them, I'd love to hear in the comments down below which case or which scent you decide to go to. But with that being said, I want to say thank you again to Wild for partnering up with me, and let's go back to the video. Well, I was in that queue for 20 minutes, to the point where I had to get my jacket off as well, because it's actually a beautiful sunny day here today in Disneyland Paris. But I would say, even without trying the snack so far, it was probably worth it, because a lovely cast member decided to give me not only one, but two of the Mickey cookies. She gave me one for free, and then I've also got, of course, the other ones, the Maleficent ones in there as well. And it does look like it's only one cookie, so we'll have to open it up and see. Yeah, that's definitely only one cookie, and quite small compared to the Mickey one, priced at €5.50. And then these are my two Mickey cookies. I have a feeling one of them might be broken. Maybe that's why the cast member decided to give it to me for free. Yep, that's the broken one. Both of Mickey's ears are broken in this one, but it's still gonna taste good, hopefully. But this one also seems to be broken. Have they given me two broken Mickey cookies? That's sad. Well, I just went back to the old mill, spoke to the cast member who gave me my cookies just to check if they might have any unbroken ones. The cast member was quite surprised that both of them were broken. She thought only one of them was. And then bless her, both her and another cast member spent maybe like 2 or 3 minutes going through all the cookies to see if they can find one that's not broken. But they came back and said that all of them have their ears broken. So yeah, they seemed quite disappointed themselves, to be fair, because I don't think they checked them. And now they know that every single cookie they have in there, at least today, has broken Mickey ears, which is a shame. But they did say that they're hoping to get some more later in the day or maybe tomorrow, and I'm guessing they're going to have to be even more careful with handling them, because I think that's what's caused them to break, because they're quite fragile biscuits. But either way, it's just a cookie, it's still going to taste good. Of the two Mickey cookies, one of which was free, I am going to start with this one though, because at least this Mickey still has one of his ears attached to him. Now, the description of this is just a biscuit with some icing, so I imagine it's going to taste very similar to all the other sablés / biscuits that Disneyland Paris has offered over the past few years. I still can't get over the fact that one of the ears is missing. At least we have one ear to bite into though, because I feel like with almost any Mickey shaped snack, you have to bite off the ear first, right? Initially, I thought it was quite hard to bite into, but it's actually not too bad. It's also not as dry as some of the other sablés that they've had in the past. Still not one of my favorite snacks to get though. I'm just so done with biscuits and sablés in Disneyland Paris because they do so many of them. It's a bit overkill. I would say it would be worth getting just because of how cute Mickey looks, but as we saw, a lot of them don't even have their ears attached. So you're kind of gambling with whether or not you're going to get one that's properly attached or not. So I am not going to rate this one. It's very cute, it's very Instagrammable, but only if it had the ears attached. So I'm probably going to give this a 4 out of 10, and only a 4 because of how cute it looks. Otherwise it would be like a 2. Let's see how the other smaller cookie, which is Maleficent themed and has some chocolate hazelnut filling inside, compares though. But I have to say, this one also is a little bit fragile. Like the top bit, the chocolate has come detached. At least with this you can place it back on though, but just bear in mind it is going to fall off quite easily. This is what it looks like. You can see the thin layer of chocolate hazelnut filling inside, and then the back side also has a little bit of a purple situation going on. But without further ado, let's give this a go. Okay, I quite like this. The biscuits themselves are much more soft than the other sablé. I enjoy the chocolate hazelnut filling inside. It may not look like a lot, but I would say it's just about right in terms of the flavor. It's also a pretty cute snack. Now, I would say it would be better if the Maleficent chocolate on top wasn't so loose. Oh, I nearly, yeah, there you go. I managed to somehow keep hold of it. But overall, I feel like it's a cute Instagrammable snack, and taste-wise it's quite good as well. It reminds me a lot of the Rapunzel cookies that they had here, again, for the Disney Music Festival, so it's a very similar concept. Let me quickly try this Maleficent chocolate before it melts. Yeah, that's just dark chocolate. Pretty good dark chocolate though, but I think I'm gonna give this, let me give this one more bite before my final rating. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still biscuits, it's still Sablés, which I just think is a little bit uninspiring, even though the design was cute. So I'm probably gonna give this 5 out of 10. A little bit better than the Mickey Sablé taste-wise, but still not amazing. Let's put it this way. I kind of regret having queued 20 minutes for these two snacks now. Now for our next snack, I have come to Hakuna Matata, which is a quick service restaurant in Adventureland at Disneyland Paris, and generally one of my favorite places to eat. Actually, their yassa chicken especially is really good, but new for this year, they've actually brought out a new sandwich, so a savory option for Halloween, which will be nice, especially after all the sweet snacks that we've had so far. So this is 18 euros, and for that price you get a pulled beef sandwich, which consists of lettuce, candied onions, tomato, coriander and American mustard. You also get some sweet potato fries or curved fries, depending on which one you prefer, and a cold drink. So the fries and the drink are not exclusive to the Halloween season. The actual sandwich is what's new, and I'm really looking forward to trying it. This is going to be my lunch today. And there we have it, the new Halloween menu at Hakuna Matata. I decided to get a water for my drink and then some sweet potato fries instead of the regular curved fries, but you can get either or. And of course we have the sandwich over there. So all of this, 18 euros. Let's see if it's worth the price. Without further ado though, let's give this a go. I think I'm going to start with one of the sweet potato fries because they're not new for the Halloween season and I just know I'm going to like them. They're really nice. But what's exclusive for the Halloween season is the sandwich. You can't really see too much of what's inside over here, but we know that it's pulled beef, so I'm gonna see if I can just, I was gonna try and rip it, but you can see the pulled beef coming through now, so I think the best way would just be to take a bite out of it. That's pretty good, at least from my first bite anyway. You can see the pulled beef inside it. There's also some coriander, tomatoes, and what they call American mustard, but let's keep going. Yeah, that's nice. It does have a tiny hint of a kick to it as well, but only a little bit, so don't worry too much if you don't like spicy food, but I'm pretty pleased with this so far. I'm gonna keep eating though and let you know my final thoughts at the end with my rating, of course. So I finished my meal now and it was good. However, the more I ate of it, the more I got a suspicious feeling that it's actually not new because the taste felt quite familiar. I feel like I've tried something very similar, if not identical to this before here at Hakuna Matata, and I could be wrong, but I think they're just advertising it as a Halloween option. It's not new. They've had it before on the menu at Hakuna Matata for quite a few years now. But let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this before. It was still good, don't get me wrong, and I am going to rate it in a bit, but I'm just very curious as to whether it's completely new or not, because Disneyland Paris does do this sometimes. They just decide to advertise something they've been selling for quite some time as new for a particular season. So yeah, it was lovely though, even though I do have a strong feeling that I've eaten this exact same thing before. I wouldn't say it's worth 18 euros, however, especially if you're coming to Hakuna Matata. Like I said, this is one of my favorite restaurants, but my go-to meal here is the yassa chicken. It's cheaper than this, and it's also, in my opinion, much more tasty. So I would say if you're coming to Hakuna Matata, then get the yassa chicken. But if for whatever reason you decide to go for the new Halloween menu, the pulled beef option, I don't think you're going to be too disappointed. I just think it was a little bit too small for the price and the flavor wasn't quite there for me. So if I had to rate it, I would probably give it, maybe like a 6 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10. It's kind of on the average side. And to be honest, the more I think about it, the more confused I am as to why they're even calling it a Halloween option, because what was Halloweeny about it? Anyway, it's a few hours later. You can probably tell by that beautiful sunset around the Sleeping Beauty Castle over there, and I am making my way towards Discoveryland because at Cafe Hyperion they usually have a new Halloween menu every single year, and lo and behold, we have the new Halloween menu for 2025 over here. It's called the Beef Boo menu, priced at 22 euros, and for that you get a burger, the Beef Boo burger, which is a black bun, beef steak, blue Gouda cheese, red cabbage, onion and beetroot pickles with some sauce. You also get your fries, and then for dessert they have this malicious cheesecake, or the mischievous cheesecake they've called it officially, which is a blueberry cheesecake. So yeah, 22 euros for a drink, a meal, and then of course your dessert. But if you wanted the burger on its own, then it would be 15 euros, or if you wanted the cheesecake on its own as a snack, it would be 5 euros. Cafe Hyperion generally is one of my least favorite quick service options in Disneyland Paris. In fact, I only tend to eat at Cafe Hyperion when it's a seasonal thing, so if they have a new seasonal menu, that's when I come here. Otherwise I try and avoid it, but who knows about this one, maybe it will be good. Let's head in and find out. And Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's too busy right now at this time of evening. In case you're interested, it's currently around 7 p.m. Generally speaking, Cafe Hyperion can become very busy between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. But of course, they also have those machines where you can order yourself. And of course, if you choose to, you can also mobile order. But because it's not too busy right now, I'm just going to get in line. A cast member has just handed me the menu, so in case you're interested, here's a look. They do mainly burgers here, chicken burgers, chicken nuggets, things like that. But we are, of course, getting the Halloween menu today. And you can already see the dessert over there. Looks pretty good. Burger should be coming any minute. Merci. Je peux avoir de mayonnaise, s'il vous plaît?
Exactement.
Merci.
J'allais vous demander.
Seulement du mayo. Pas
Combien?
4, 5 peut-être? Merci.
Faut tout manger.
Oui, j'aime beaucoup le mayo. Merci.
Bon appétit,
Merci
madame.
beaucoup, merci. This is probably the easiest and quickest I've managed to order and find a table here at Cafe Hyperion. But as you can see, I've got my meal over here. This is the burger, which has some really fun wrapping, Le Festival Halloween Disney. Got the fries, got I think 5 mayonnaise, shout out to that cast member. And then this is the dessert. And quite luckily, I've managed to find a table right in front of the screen. So one good thing actually about Cafe Hyperion is that they always have some kind of entertainment. Normally it's, you know, Mickey shorts, some different Disney cartoons. During the Christmas season, of course, they have the full show going on that stage. Today it seems to be some kind of maybe Disney Junior show that I'm not too familiar with. But anyway, we have a burger to try. So without further ado, let's open it up and see if it's any good. Okay, so got the burger here. I always enjoy the wrappings here, but the important thing is the actual burger itself, which at first glance looks pretty good. You've got the black bun, you've got your beef inside. If I open it up, you can see the beetroot that they have. It's meant to have some Gouda cheese on there as well, but I'm not necessarily spotting it. Yeah, it doesn't look the most appetizing, does it? And the actual beef burger itself, the patty, is pretty thin. Without further ado though, let's just give it a try. It's all right. It's edible, but I already wish I was eating another kind of burger. I mean, if you're looking for a quick service burger in Disneyland Paris, go over to the other park, Walt Disney Studios. At Hollywood Gardens, they have some pretty good burgers. Even in this restaurant in Cafe Hyperion, some of the other burgers they offer are better than this one over here. This one's just quite dry. The bun itself, it might look cool, but it is very dry. The meat isn't too flavorful. I was hoping to be able to taste the cheese a little bit more, but I'm not getting too much flavor from that. Overall, I'm disappointed in this burger. I'm probably going to give it, I wouldn't say it's the worst burger I've had at Disneyland Paris, but it's somewhere down there. I'd probably say this is a 3 out of 10. Avoid it. But, of course, we still have the cheesecake to try, the dessert of the meal, which is called the Mischievous Cheesecake. And I do really enjoy the logo on the top. It's meant to be blueberry flavored. So without further ado, let's cut into it. Ooh, this is what the inside looks like. I'm spotting a layer of biscuit on the bottom, which also seems to be quite the norm generally with Disneyland Paris desserts. I have also noticed that over the past half an hour of being here, it's starting to get a little bit more busy at Cafe Hyperion, but I've got my bite of cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake over here. Without further ado, let's give it a go. This is quite nice actually, I'd rate it. You can get it on its own, like I said, €5 if you don't want to get the full menu. And even though normally I would say go for the menu because it makes everything a little bit cheaper, in this case I say forget about the burger. The burger really isn't worth it. If you really want to try the blueberry cheesecake though for €5, it's not bad. I'm going to give the blueberry cheesecake, the Mischievous Cheesecake, it's better than the Sablays, but definitely not as good as the brookies that we tried at the beginning of the day. So I think I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. But that's it for the first day of Halloween. Keep watching though, because I'll be back again tomorrow morning to try some more snacks. It's the next day. I am back in the park. It's still a beautiful day today and I'm ready to try some more snacks. And I think I'm going to start by stopping at the Cookie Kitchen very briefly, because I know they've got some new donuts for the Halloween season. Yes, there they are. So you've got those new ones, which look quite good, chocolatey, and then these ones right next to them are also new, as well as these little mini donuts that they have down here. Yes, here's the menu over here. So we've got these Pop Dots, which are glazed beignets, €5.50. We've got the Devil's Delight donut, $4.50. We've got the Donut Mystique, or Mystic Donut, also $4.50, and then the Tigger Chiller Donut, glazed donut with caramel filling. All of these look pretty good, so I'm going to see how many of them they have available and try all of them. Just got informed by the cast member that they're not actually open at that kiosk right now, so if we want to get the donuts, we have to go into the cable car bake shop, which is never a bad idea. And coming inside has actually made me discover, in fact, another new snack. Look at this. This is called the Chocolate Dome, and of course it's made of kiwi cheese, and it looks very, very cool. The Cookie Kitchen queue is over there, by the way, the indoors queue. And then this one on the other side will be the one for the cable car bake shop. Seeing as the cable car bake shop queue is currently much quieter and shorter than the cookie kitchen one, I'm going to start with the chocolate mousse. And it looks really good, doesn't it? I hope it tastes just as good as it looks, but I'm loving the colors. I'm loving the amount of options they have for the Halloween season this year. So there we have it, my chocolate dome. It looks pretty cool. This was €5 again, and the description just says chocolate shortbread, chocolate mousse, and kiwi cheese. So without further ado, let's go into it. I'm excited about this one. I've got my first bite over here, a little bit of everything. Let's go. The mousse itself doesn't taste of too much, at least from my first bite. I think that's where they've used the kiwi cheese. So I'm going to keep going. I really want to get some of the chocolate shortbread on the bottom. There you go. Hopefully this will be better. Still not amazing, to be honest. I had higher hopes for this because generally speaking, Disneyland Paris does some really good mousses, especially when it comes to chocolate mousses. But I think because they've had to use the kiwi cheese because they're the sponsors of Disneyland Paris, so the majority of the mousse is actually kiwi cheese. The flavor's just not quite there. It's not bad, it doesn't taste bad. I just wish it had a bit more flavor to it. This is all the mousse. You've got the chocolate shortbread on the bottom. I am going to take a bite out of Mickey's ears as well. They're going to be dark chocolate, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this isn't a bad snack by any means. I would actually recommend it. I think if you like something fun and if you enjoy mousse, then this could be good. But there are better mousses in Disneyland Paris that you can get, better moussey desserts. So I'm probably going to rate this somewhere in the middle. Maybe like either a 5.5 or I think it deserves a 6 because presentation-wise, as you saw, it's very, very cute and it doesn't taste bad. It's just, it could have tasted better, you know? And perfect timing because during the time that I was eating that chocolate dome, the queue for Cookie Kitchen has almost completely vanished, so I won't have to wait too long. But here's a look at the donuts they have available. That's the caramel one, I believe. They've got a chocolate one that looks pretty good over here. And these are the pop dots, the little mini beignets. Oh, and then these last ones over here too, wow. 4 sets of donuts. I'm not sure I'll have the space to try all of them, so I might have to go for 2, we'll see.
A few moments later.
I decided to go for all 4 of them, guys. So we've got the first one ready, second one in this bag, third one's arrived, and I think I'm waiting for the dots now. Well, I've left Cookie Kitchen with a bag, a full bag consisting of 4 donuts, well 3 donuts and some little pop dots, I think they're called, the little mini beignets. The cast member literally suggested it because I had so many little small ones to carry, so I'm going to go and find a spot and try them. Look how gorgeous the castle looks. So we've got a Main Street vehicle going past. The skies might look quite grey, but the weather's perfect. It's about 17 degrees Celsius and it's nice and warm. Anyway, let's try the first donut first. This one, I believe, is called the Tigger Chiller Donut. It was priced at €4.50 and it's a glazed donut with caramel filling. So let's give it a go. You can see the caramel filling inside. I have to say, from my first bite, it's really delicious. Let's keep going though. I feel like it's actually salted caramel, the filling inside, which makes it such a balanced donut. It's actually one of the best donuts I've ever had, I'm going to say. The chocolate on the top is beautiful. The donut itself is nice and soft. The caramel, the salted caramel filling, like I said, is beautiful. I think I might have to rate this a 9, maybe even a 10. I'm too scared to give it a 10 just in case we find something better, but this is definitely a 9 out of 10, at least in my opinion. Next we have this donut, which is called the Devil's Delight donut, I want to say, also priced at €4.50, and this is a glazed donut with creamy vanilla filling, so should be good as well. Just from the feel of it right now, it feels just as soft as the first one. I'm looking forward to trying it. So without further ado, let's give it a go. I'm laughing because I'm not sure if you can hear it, but from time to time the Main Street ghosts make some really silly sounds. I'm standing in front of the castle, in case you're wondering. Also, I just met a bunch of you whilst I've been standing here as well, so if you're watching this video and if you've ever watched my videos, thank you so much. And if you ever see me in the parks, it's always lovely to say hi to you. But let's eat this now. Okay, so the creamy vanilla filling inside this donut seems to be, you know, red or pinkish from what I can see. That's great theming for you over there. Let's carry on though. This is also really nice. The vanilla filling inside is extremely sweet though, so personally speaking, I prefer the other one, the first one that we tried with the salted caramel filling. This isn't bad though by any means, and you've got the little mini marshmallows on top. It's very nicely decorated, very Halloweeny. Again, I like the fact that the vanilla creaming inside is red to go with the Halloween theme. So I'm probably going to give this maybe a 6 out of 10. That doesn't mean it's bad, it's just not as good as the other donuts. Donut number 3 is called the Mystic Donut. This is also €4.50 and it's described as a glazed violet donut. Without further ado, let's give this a go. I've just realized this violet glazed donut kind of matches my outfit today. I'm very much Phantom Manor, Haunted Mansionified, although my ears are Maleficent, but I like the fact that the colours went well with my t-shirt anyway. Whole other story. If you're interested about the Unlucky Nugget Saloon, by the way, there will be a full video on that, so make sure you subscribe, otherwise just click in the link below and you should be able to check it out. But I'm going to eat this now. This is definitely the most boring of the donuts I've tried so far, I have to say, because there's nothing inside, so no filling. The glazed bit on the top, I think, has some kind of blueberry flavour to it. It's not bad, it's just, again, the other two were definitely more interesting, so I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10. Last but not least, we have the Pop Dots, which are just described as mini glazed donuts, and for, I don't know how many there are in there, but for this bag of them, it was €5.50. Just open the bag and it looks like there's 5 in the bag, so 5 mini donuts for €5.50. They do look cute, to be fair. The classic Halloween colours. Hopefully they'll taste nice as well. I think they probably will, based on all the other donuts I've tried so far. Yeah, these are great. The actual topping, the glazed part of it, doesn't really taste of anything. It's just there for decorative purposes. But the dough itself, the donut, is lovely, nice and soft. Again, one of the better donuts I've tried here in Disneyland Paris. And I think the fact that you get 5 of them can make it a really cool snack, especially for little ones. So I'm going to rate this higher than the previous donut. I think for the 5 mini donuts, the Pop Dots, as I like to call them, I'm going to give a 5.5? No, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 because, like I said, perfect for little ones, perfect for sharing, and they actually taste good too. I have now come to Frontierland because apparently there's a new Halloween snack at the Last Chance Cafe, and there it is, the Manners Sweet Serenade, priced at €5, and it's a Phantom Manor themed vanilla eclair. Last Chance Cafe is one of my favorite places to eat, by the way. Their vegan chili especially is absolutely delicious. I actually just met a couple of you guys who watched the videos, and they said they tried it out of my recommendation and they loved it as well. So if you're coming to Last Chance Cafe for food, then definitely get the vegan chili, even if you're not vegan. But today we're here for Halloween snacks, so without further ado, let's head in and see what this eclair's about. And here we've got it, the Manners Sweet Serenade, which is a vanilla eclair, and seeing it right next to the advertised photo, I feel like they're quite similar looking. What do you think? I've come to Phantom Manor, by the way, just in front of it to give this a try. I feel like it just makes sense, right? Because they've got all the ghosts. I mean, look at the terrified expression on this one. So cool. But €5, hopefully it will taste good. I feel like visually it looks amazing. Well, just from that first bite, I got to the vanilla cream inside, and I have to say, it's a pretty good eclair so far. I'm going to carry on eating there. It's very cold, you can tell they've just taken it out of the fridge, but taste-wise, I would say it's pretty delicious. Not the best eclair I've ever had in my life, not even the best eclair I've had here in Disneyland Paris, but because the theming is so cool and it's something a little bit more different than the sablés that they sell in Disneyland Paris, I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Another day, another chance to try some new Halloween snacks. Now, I am now in Adventureland, right in front of Cool Post, because they've actually got about 2 or 3 new snacks here for the Halloween season. So you can see the menu here. It looks like they have the Mickey's Fantastic Cookie over here as well, the one that we got from the old mill a couple of days ago that was broken. But they also have this Mickey's Boolicious Lollipop, which is a meringue with icing, priced at €5.50. And then also this candied apple, which is basically called apple dressed as an orange. Okay, orange sugar covered apple. That is quite funny. But let's go and see if they actually have these in stock today. And lo and behold, they're actually out of stock of all 3 of them, unfortunately. Only 2 of them say that they don't have. But I just checked with the cast member. He said even the candied apple dressed as an orange is also unavailable in this location. This is what it's like at Disneyland Paris. At least now you know that you could potentially find these Halloween snacks at Cool Post, but you might also not see them here because they could be out of stock. Anyway, it has started to rain, but one thing that I really want to try this Halloween season is the sweet break that they have here at the Unlucky Nugget Saloon. So you can see it over here, Goûter Tea Time Treat. It is €12, and there's a variety of different treats, drinks that you can get. There's also that donut down there that looks pretty good. And I've actually already been inside the Unlucky Nugget Saloon 2 or 3 times to try the regular dinner/lunch menus, and they've all been pretty good. So if you want to check out my full separate video of the Unlucky Nugget Saloon and my experience there, then I'll leave the link down below. You can watch it after you finish watching this. But the tea time is a nice option for anybody who doesn't want to have an actual meal there. So without further ado, I'm going to join the line, which actually looks pretty short. That's another reason why it might be a good idea to come for tea time, because during lunch and dinner times it can be quite long, and you can't make a reservation at the Unlucky Nugget Saloon. It's walk-ups only. So again, if you don't want to have to wait too long, try try and come between the hours of, I'm going to say 3 to 5:30 p.m., which is actually when the tea time is. You are, of course, also free to order actual food from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. if that's what you would like. But if you want to come during lunch or dinner times, then I would recommend either getting here as soon as the restaurant opens, which is normally 11:30 a.m., or trying to find some off-peak dinner times. And I've just ordered my course gourmand. And I want to quickly give you a glimpse of the Unlucky Nugget Saloon. The Phantom has actually just come up to play some spooky piano music, as you might be able to hear over there. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see a full detailed review of my experience at the Unlucky Nugget Saloon, then I've done a whole video that I'll leave the link to down below. So the course gourmand is 15 euros, and with it you get a donut and a drink of your choice from this menu over here. So they've got a Halloween beer, a special Halloween beer. They've also got a mocktail, and then also a cocktail. So you can also order each of these separately if you'd like, but if you're here for the Pause Gourmand as part of the 15 euro menu, these are your drink selections. And this is definitely the quietest I've seen the Unlucky Nugget Saloon ever since it opened a couple of days ago. So again, if you don't want to have to deal with too many crowds, if you don't want to have to wait too long, then perhaps coming in the afternoon time between 3 and 6 p.m. could be a good shout. And just like that, my donut has arrived. You can see the very cool Phantom Manor pattern on top of it, which I'm guessing is just going to be white chocolate. And yeah, the rest just looks like a basic glazed donut. But of course, with the donut, I've also got my drink. So don't forget, for 15 euros, you get the donut and a choice of your drink. And I decided to go for the mocktail, which looks pretty cool. So this is a cherry juice drink, cranberry nectar flavored, agave syrup and vegetable carbon, Sprite and popcorn. And you can see the black popcorns on top. I have a feeling it's the same popcorns that they also have in one of their desserts that I tried here a couple of days ago. But yeah, for 15 euros, this is what I get, a drink and a donut. But I also really wanted a latte, so I did also pay extra. I like to ask for a latte on the side. And the only way you can actually get this donut, which was one of the main reasons I wanted to come here, is to get to that Pause Gourmand. So you have to pay 15 euros and choose a drink to go with it. Otherwise, I would have happily just gotten the donut on its own. Because to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of cocktails or mocktails. I just don't necessarily like mixed drinks. So we are going to give the mocktail a go because it does look cool, but I am mainly here for this Phantom Manor-like donut, which, oh my god, I've just noticed. Look at the back. I think it might have some chocolate in it. Without further ado, let's give it a go. So a couple of notes. Firstly, it's quite messy, as you saw. And secondly, it's definitely not chocolate. It's actually some kind of blueberry-flavored jam in there, which isn't bad. But overall, I would say that this donut isn't as good as the ones that we've already tried from the Cookie Kitchen. Those were much better. This is still cute, though. It's cute, and it tastes pretty good as well. I just don't think it's worth 15 euros if you're mainly here for the donut. But obviously, the Pause Gourmand, the whole, concept behind it is to get a drink and a snack, so you're not actually paying 15 euros just for the donut, obviously. But if I had to rate the donut on its own, I would probably give it a out of 10, maybe like a 5 out of 10, because it's, like I said, it's not bad. It's just not the best donut I've had here. By the way, I've sat next to some lovely viewers of the channel. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Amber. Hi, I'm Julie.
Amazing. And they've just ordered some food as well. It looks pretty good. But because I'm not the biggest fan of this mocktail over here, I mean, I haven't tried it, but I just know I'm not going to like it, especially because there's some Sprite in it. I have decided to give it to one of these lovely people. So yeah, they're going to try it for me. You can let me know what you think.
Let's try it. I'm really curious about it. It's not that fizzy.
Okay.
So it's fine. It's really weird because of the popcorn. Because you have like a wisp of the popcorn and then you have the cherry flavor. The cherry flavor is fine, I guess.
Is it quite strong?
No, not really. It's like cherry lemonade, but not really cherry.
Okay.
But the popcorn is weird.
Does it have a different flavor, or the popcorn?
I have no idea. No, it's not cherry.
Okay, that would be so cool.
That would be amazing
Yeah.
if it would be cherry popcorn. No, I think it's caramel, I guess.
Okay.
Like sugar, but then black. I think a 7. Because I do like it that it's not too much cherry. But I will give it higher if the popcorn wasn't there. The popcorn isn't
They just put the
good.
popcorn to make it look cool.
Yeah. It's still very cool though.
And that was my time at the Unlucky Nugget Saloon for the Paws Gourmand. Thank you again to Amber and Julie for being in my video and for sharing their thoughts on the cocktail, the mocktail I should say, which apparently was very good. So maybe give it a go if you're coming here. But I also met, in fact, I met a bunch of you whilst I was there. So thank you so much to any of you that I've met, not only today, but anytime I'm in Disneyland Paris or any Disney park. If you come up to me and say hello, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Sorry that I don't have the time or memory to give a shout out to every single one of you. But Sani met me today and she had this for me, which is so adorable. She made it herself and it's a cute little mini ear keychain by the looks of it. So Sonny, it was really lovely to meet you and your mum and dad, your lovely family. Thank you so much for being a watcher, a viewer of the channel for quite a few years, you said. It means a lot to me and this I'm going to keep forever. I also want to give a thank you and a shout out to Florian, who is a cast member working at the Lucky Nugget Saloon, and he is fantastic. But it has started raining quite heavily right now. So firstly, I think we need the cap back on top of the ears. This is the great look, isn't it? But I've just noticed that this snack cart at the entrance of Frontierland, so there's the entrance into Frontierland over there, and this is the snack cart that you see on your left, is actually open, and I'm pretty sure they have one Halloween snack on there, so we're going to give it a go, of course. So there we have it. They've got 2 Halloween snacks here. One of them is unavailable, which is the meringue lollipop that we saw at the Cool Post as well, but this one they should hopefully have. It's €6 and it's a dark creepy crawly cookie, so basically another classic Disneyland Paris sablé by the looks of it. And there we have it, the Spider Mickey sablé, which to be honest looks very cool and it's probably also very Instagrammable. It's just unfortunate that the weather is rather rainy right now, so I can't give this sablé a full-on photo shoot as I normally do with the food that I try in Disney parks, but it does look cool and it kind of matches my ears today. Look, spider ears, Spider Mickey sablé / cookie, €6. Let's give it a go. Oh god, it's hard. It's the same ones as with any other sablés in Disneyland Paris. So it's dry, it's hard to bite into, it's not very flavorful, although I will say it tastes a little bit better than the Mickey cookie that we had, the vampire Mickey cookie from the Old Mill. So I'll give it that at least. It's a little bit more sweet, so actually has some flavor to it, but I don't think it's worth €6 unless you just want to enjoy it as a pretty snack, because it is very cute. So rating wise, I'm probably going to give this maybe a 3 out of 10. It's another day, my final day actually on this trip in Disneyland Paris, and we've got a couple of more snacks to try. So without further ado, let's head to our first place, which is actually Gifts & Girl. And this year they've brought out a special Halloween ice cream, which is called the Skellington ice cream. It's priced at €7 and it's cocoa tulip, choice of ice cream flavor, chocolate sauce and dark popcorn, and it looks pretty cool. I also enjoy the fact that you can choose your own ice cream flavors. Makes it a much more accessible snack in my opinion. These are all the flavors available, by the way, in case you're interested. I think I'm going to go for vanilla and maybe caramel. And there we have it. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So if I remember correctly, I went for the chocolate noisette. I went for, it was like a popcorn flavored one, which I believe is this one, and also a scoop of vanilla. So there's 3 scoops altogether. Of course, you can go for all the same if you would like to, but you can see the popcorn on top. You can see the Jack Skellington chocolate in the middle, and it comes in a little cone. So yeah, €7, not too bad in my opinion. It is extremely windy today, by the way, so I feel like it's going to be a bit of a struggle trying to eat this ice cream outside, but we're going to do our best. I've just noticed Jack Skellington himself has actually already somehow fallen. There we go. He's back there. I mean, to be honest, it's just going to be the regular ice cream that you get from Gifts & Girl anyway, just with some added popcorns and a very cute presentation, but I'm still going to try everything. So we've got the popcorn flavor first. Wow, that's actually really good. Goes really well with the chocolate sauce on top of it as well. Now I'm going to have a little bit of this spooky looking popcorn. The popcorn doesn't taste of much, to be honest, just of popcorn, not overly sweet or salty, but this is melting from the left hand side, the chocolate noisette ice cream. Oh, that's lovely. Very hazelnutty. Less chocolate, more hazelnut, so if you don't like that, maybe don't get it, but I enjoy it. I do prefer the popcorn flavored one so far though. I'm guessing because there's, it comes with popcorn on top. Oh, what was that? I don't think any of the ghosts do that. But yeah, really good. And then my last scoop is of course vanilla. We all know what vanilla tastes like, but still want to try it quickly. It's basic vanilla ice cream, but really delicious. This is a really good snack. Most of us love ice cream, and the fact that this is so well presented, it's Instagrammable, it's fun, it's Halloweeny, makes it even better. So I'm gonna give this an easy 8 out of 10. It's also big enough, in my opinion, that you can easily share it as well. I mean, there's 3 scoops in there, loads of popcorn, some chocolate. So yeah, one of the better snacks this year. For the next snacks, we're actually gonna head into the Boardwalk Candy Palace on Main Street, USA, because they've brought out a couple of new snacks for the Halloween season. We've got the Mickey cookie, which is a chocolate chip cookie with hazelnut spread. To be honest, I'm not sure what's very Halloweeny about that, so probably not gonna try that. It looks like the same cookies that they always have, but they also have a Halloween cake pop, and that one I can see why it's Halloweeny because the bow is now orange, and then a double biscuit, and that one looks very, very fun. And here's a better look at them. So in the middle you can see the cookie, the cake pop, and the biscuit. And again, I really don't see anything Halloweeny about the cookie. I'm not going to count this as a Halloween snack, but the other two we're going to try. And actually, I just spotted some more Halloween snacks here. So there seems to be a Mickey Halloween rice cake priced at €5. We also have the guimauve Mickey, so the marshmallow, priced at €4, and that looks adorable. It's like a little ghost. And just like that, I've got my 4 snacks from the Boardwalk Candy Palace. The parade's about to start, so let's go and find somewhere to eat them. Okay, first up, we have the Rice Krispie Mickey treat. This was €5, and for the Halloween season, they've changed the colors into orange and black. Without further ado, let's give it a go. I feel like we already all know what these taste like, but at least it's a fun color. That was actually quite hard to bite into. It's very hard, quite frozen, but I'm gonna try and take another bite. I'm not a fan. It's just too hard, not overly flavorful. If you've ever had any of the Rice Krispie treats from Walt Disney World, for instance, this just doesn't compare, unfortunately. So whilst it looks cute and some people might enjoy it, it's not one of my favorites, so I'm probably going to give this a Is 2 out of 10 a little bit harsh? No, we're going to give it a 2.5 out of 10. Next, we have the Halloween cake pop, and this was also €5. What makes it Halloweeny again is the orange bow. Generally, I do like the cake pops here, so hopefully this will be nice as well. They just did an announcement to say that the parade has been delayed, not cancelled, just delayed. So for the sake of people watching it today, Saturday as well. Ooh, I hope that it works out. I think it's because of the wind and quite rainy weather today, but this is the cake pop. Let's give it a go. This is good. I like cake pops anyway, and this one's a chocolatey one, as you can see. It's almost like a chocolate brownie. It's quite nice and moist inside, so unlike some of the other snacks that you sometimes get here, it's not dry, it's not cold, but also it's nothing too unique in my opinion. So I'm probably going to give this maybe a 4 out of 10. Good snack, just not the most creative. Well, I've just finished the cake pop, and I've changed my mind about the rating. I just really enjoyed the cake pops at Disneyland Paris, so I think I'm gonna bump it up to 5 out of 10. It's still nothing exciting, and it's not the best cake pop in the world either, but as a snack in a Disney park in Disneyland Paris, it's not bad. So I think 5 out of 10 is perfect for it because it's exactly in the middle. Next, we have this Mickey marshmallow, and this one was €4. And from what I can see, it's just your regular marshmallow, just in the colors of Halloween. I think it's meant to look like a ghost, but I could be completely wrong. So let me know what you think. The parade has just started, by the way, so you might see some of the floats and the characters go by behind me. But we're just gonna chill here and enjoy the snacks. Listen. This is just a marshmallow, so I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's cute. I think kids especially are going to enjoy it. It's a big sugar rush, but I'm probably going to have to give this a 3 out of 10. Sorry to say. It's so fun in the fall. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the beautiful music, but our last snack from the Boardwalk Candy Palace is this Mickey Vampire Mickey biscuit. This was also €5, and to me, even though it looks adorable, it doesn't look very appetizing, I have to be honest. I feel like it's going to taste like every other sablé here, but maybe it'll prove me wrong. Without further ado, let's give this cookie a go. Let's hope it's better than normal. It's not as dry as they normally are. However, that's the only good thing I can say about this cookie, unfortunately. It's still quite flavorous, still a little bit dry, to be honest. It's just not quite as dry as some of the other ones. And honestly, I would never spend €5 on this again. And I just realized there's some chocolate in there, but look how little chocolate. I could barely taste it in my first few bites. So yeah, this might look cute, but it's not one I would recommend, unfortunately. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. Great presentation, not the best taste. I have now come to Fantasyland to march here because apparently there's a new Halloween ice cream here as well. There you go. This one's also €7 and it's called the Perfectly Wretched Well, which is a black wafer cone, vanilla flavor ice cream, chocolate sauce, and black popcorn. Looks pretty good. Hopefully it's going to taste nice as well. And the cast member working here just announced that they actually don't have any ice creams right now. So unfortunately, we're not going to be trying this, I guess. What can you do? This is what Disneyland Paris is like. You always have to be prepared for them to not have something. But from what I can see, it's probably going to taste very similar to the ice cream that we just had anyway. Now, Victoria's on Main Street also has a couple of new snacks this year, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to try them this year. However, the Jack Skellington one I have actually already tried because it's returning from last year. It was that popular that they brought it back, and I'm so glad because it's actually really good, so I would recommend that. They also have a cake to share, which I probably wouldn't have been able to try anyway because it's just too much for one person. And then this Sally treat, which looks pretty good, so hopefully I'll get a chance to come back and try it at some point. Make sure you subscribe to see that. And I guess with that, it means we have come to the end of this Disneyland Paris Halloween food tour for 2025. This has been quite a long one. They have so many snacks this year, and it was a bit of a struggle to try all of them over the past few days, although I'm not complaining because the majority of them were good. There are some that I definitely wouldn't recommend. You probably know by the ratings that I gave throughout this video. I always say anything that I gave a rating less than 5 is probably something that you can skip, but we definitely had some good ones this year as well. The brookies that we tried on the very first day, those were delicious. I would highly recommend them. Some of the donuts that we had from the Cookie Kitchen, they were very good as well. The Jack Skellington ice cream that I had today, I would definitely recommend that. And actually my friend Simone from Money Mouse tried the other ice cream that was unfortunately sold out right now, and she said that was also very good. The Unlucky Nugget Saloon is definitely worth a visit this Halloween season just to see it, so I would highly recommend you check out my video of it after you finish watching this. And also Annette's Diner. Annette's Diner have brought out a new burger for this Halloween, and I tried it last night. It is absolutely delicious. I made a separate video on that as well, so feel free to go and try that as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. I feel like it's been quite a long one. I hope it was helpful and informative, and also maybe a little bit entertaining for your visit to Disneyland Paris. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it's free to do so. I post regular content on not only Disneyland Paris, but also other Disney theme parks and non-Disney theme parks as well. So if you're interested in any of that, I would appreciate you subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram if you would like to, and I hope to see you in the next video. But thank you so much for watching this one. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join me here over the past few days in Disneyland Paris, trying loads of tasty food. I want to give a massive shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members. And with that being said, I'm going to love you and leave you from this beautiful castle. What a gorgeous day. This day started out very rainy and windy, but now it's like this. But I'm leaving in a couple of hours, so that's quite sad. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll be back very soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.